Okay, so just one moment. I'm just clearing this cord. Okay, so a lot of people ask me about how to get hired in a call center, and I've answered that but through the lessons that I've written in my blog. And for a lot of the people who bought my book, everything is well. They are able to get hired in a call center. I've been getting a lot of reports. I've been posting some of them on this page. So that's all we have so far. And one of the more common questions that I'm getting now is how to get regularized and how to excel at their job. Like last week, I've been getting some messages on how to be a great sales agent, how to be a great recruiter, how to be a great collections agent. And I'm currently building a lesson plan for that. I already have the lessons, but I'm just putting it together and editing it. But I'm not really in a rush to finish that because whenever I write a book, I want to make sure that it's perfect. And like my previous book, it has already helped close to 1,000 people. Like about 1,000 people had bought it already, and I've received hundreds and hundreds of emails and Facebook messages thanking me that they're already hired. Now, so I've prepared a small. Not sure if you see it, but so the first part is how to be regularized in a call center. The other one is how to be a top agent. So these are the rough drafts, and I'm gonna talk about it one by one. So the first thing that you need to realize about how to get regularized in a call center. So if you've gone through the process, you submitted your resume, you went through interviews, you took exams, you got hired, and after that, what happens next? So they say that they have you sign a contract, they give you an offer, you come back, and then what happens? Usually after a week, you start training. And then a lot of you pass training. Like some of you're interested in this video because you haven't passed training yet or you're about to start training. So this video is for you. The first thing you need to remember is aspiration. So aspiration means that you want it. Do you want to be regularized? Do you really want to be a call center agent? Because the thing is, a lot of people who get hired, they don't pass training. And a lot of the people who pass training don't get regularized. And the reason for that is they don't really want to. They just want like a few months worth of call center money. So if you only want like maybe 15, 20, 25,000 a month for a few months, medyo malaki na rin yun. It's like 35 to 50,000. And it's not so bad. And then afterwards, they're going to do their own thing. Maybe start a business or go abroad or maybe work for the family business or something like that. So that's what happens. So not everyone in your training batch will pass, and not everyone who passed the training batch will stay. So that's a normal part of life. And if you've noticed, not everyone who gets interviewed gets hired. And the reason why we are creating these training programs is so that is so you have a better chance of getting hired in a call center. Wait, that's too bright. I'm just trying to get the lighting correct. Okay, so aspiration. You have to want it. Your goal is to get hired in a call center and hopefully to keep the job. Because if you haven't noticed, I've been posting on the Facebook page that the call center job is, well, it's not really a permanent thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, but it's a good stepping stone for bigger paychecks and better opportunities. Like if you want to go abroad in the future, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you, but make sure that you take this time, your this opportunity in the call center for you to be able to upgrade yourself, improve yourself, so you actually qualify for higher positions. Now, a lot of people, they already got the call center pay and then they give up. They just like, oh yeah, I'm now making 20,000 a month. I'm happy with that. But if the thing is, if you were making 20,000 a month, you'll need more money in the future. Like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20,000 a month will not be significant. I remember when I was young, my mom sent me to school, and she was only making like 8 to 10,000 a month. And now, like 8 to 10,000 a month, that's minimum wage. And back then, it's a lot of money. So you have to be thinking of your future. To you have to be thinking about how to make more money. You have to be thinking about how to save money, because if you're not thinking about your future, then you're always at the mercy of your employer. So like if the employer wants to fire you, you don't have a choice. You just have to beg for your job, or you just find another job. So it's really important that you have money in your pocket. So first tip, when you get hired in a call center, when you get your first paycheck, please don't spend it all. Please don't uh, go drinking and like waste all the money. Don't give your parents your full salary. Give them some money, but don't give all of it. Because if you give all of it, paano yung allowance mo? How are you gonna go to work if you don't have money? If you get what I'm trying to say, then just be sure, save some money. Don't spend all of it. I know that you have obligations. I know that you have family to help. I know that you have loved ones to support, but make sure that you have some left. And then don't use it to buy a phone, to buy a computer, to buy something stupid, buy a vape or shoes, unless you need it. So early on in your call center career, you're allowed to upgrade, but don't buy the most expensive thing. Just buy a small, just buy something that you can use. Now I'm just fixing my phone because it tells me here that my signal is weak, so I'm just disconnecting, and then I'm just making sure. Oh, there you go. I just realized I can use my computer as like a soft light, so I hope it's better now. Anyway, let me just turn on my timer because I can't really stay long. I have some work in a bit. So yeah, aspiration. And then the next part of keeping your job is this thing here. It's called attendance. Now, attendance is the most important thing that you can keep in a call center. Like a lot of people, they have not really bad English. They have okay English. They can sell like just a little bit, but not too much. They can keep customers happy just a little bit, but not too much. But they keep their jobs because of attendance. Because the biggest problem that call centers have is that the call center agents are always late. The call center agents are always absent because there's usually some excuse. Now, if you remember your interview, what are the interview questions? Are you amenable to like working graveyard shift or working night shift, graveyard shift, holidays, weekends, shifting schedules? And then you say yes to that, and then you're like, oh man, it's traffic. Oh man, tinatamad ako, and then you just stop going. And for a lot of people, they're hi Minalyn, they're always late, and that's true. So attendance is really an important thing for you to do because you have to make sure that you're on time all the time. You'll notice, like, if you're in a training batch of like 20 to 30 people, you'll notice that some people are late, and then after a few days, you'll notice some people are consistently late. I've been in the call center industry for about 10 years, give or take. I'm in and out. Like sometimes I'm working in a call center as an agent. Sometimes I'm working as an office staff. And I just see it. Like some people, they're late a few times, they get fired. They don't get regularized. Because like if the call center company or the call center management likes you, they're gonna find reasons to keep you. Like even if your sales are not too good, even if your customer service score is not too good, even if your tech support skills are not too good, the team leaders will always work on trying to justify ways to keep you instead of fire you, because it's hard to find good agents. And like sales skills, they can teach you that. Customer service skills, you're going to learn that on the job. Tech support skills, it's something that you can learn by reading and watching videos. But like attendance, it's an attitude. If you really want the job, you need to stay punctual. Punctual means you need to be there on time all the time. So no absence, no lates, as much as possible. Because if you are late, it shows you that the job isn't too important for you. So yeah, attendance, be there. If you can do attendance, like more than half of the metrics that you need to pass, or the KPIs that you need to pass, that you've already taken care of that. Now, so the next part is attitude. So attitude is the way you treat things. Now, there are two ways to summarize attitude. The first one is good attitude. The second one is bad attitude. Now, what's the difference between a good attitude and a bad attitude? Now, a good attitude is a person with a good attitude is someone who sees opportunity in every difficulty. Now, and a bad attitude is someone who sees difficulty in every opportunity. Now, I didn't really prepare for this talk, so let me just give me a few seconds to think about what to say next, okay? So, the thing with attitude is it's very difficult to learn unless you've spent a lot of time with the right crowd. Now, before I talk about good attitude, I'm going to talk about bad attitude that I've seen when I work in a call center. So, so people with a bad attitude complain a lot. So, what happens when that happens? So when a person complains, they just say bad things, but they don't have a solution, right? Because like you say that ang liit ng sweldo, or like the pay is low, or you say something like ang strict naman ng management, or like they're very strict with the rules. And if all you can do is complain, then there's nothing, there's no improvement. But if you have a good attitude, you will be able to find solutions to every problem. Okay, so good attitude is someone who's always looking for a solution. He's always looking for positive things. Oh man, I'm about to run out of battery. Wait, let me get the charger. then wait. Okay, so since the phone is on a charger, I need to hold this. So okay. So anyway, so good attitude. Make sure that you're always looking for solutions. You're always looking for the positive. You're always looking for things that you can do. So instead of like complaining, instead of wishing things you were better, always think of how you can make yourself a better person. So that's attitude. Now, the next part would be let me see it, accent. So accent. So a lot of people, once they get hired, they stop practicing their English. And that's a bad thing because you're hired. You're going to talk to Americans, you're going to talk to English speaking people. And if you don't improve your English, the biggest consequence of that is, like, if you've ever heard of people like customers to say, what location are you in? I want to speak to an American agent, and so on. That has, well, it's not that it never happened. It doesn't happen very often with me because I've practiced. I do my best to sound like an American whenever I'm speaking to customers, and people don't ask. And like sometimes after the call, I've been talking to the customer for about 15 minutes already, and then they say like, I'm really happy I got to speak with you today because the previous agent was from the Philippines and he's really bad at English. He really has poor communication skills, and I don't understand what he's telling me. And I don't think he understands what I'm telling him as well. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. You might have been talking to a trainee. And then he goes and asks, like, where are you from? Well, I'm from the Manila office. Oh, Manila, that's in the Philippines too, right? Like, yeah. Are you from the U.S.? Are you just like working there to train the team? And I usually say like, um, like, no, I'm like one of the local staff, and the customer couldn't believe it. And that's the thing. If you improve on how to speak better English, then everything falls into place. Like becoming a top agent would be easy. Taking care of irate or angry customers will be easy. Making sales will be easy. Collecting money from customers will be easy. Finding solutions will be easy because it's all about communication. Like the customer has a problem, and then you provide the solution, and then after you provide the solution, then that's it. You've already taken care of that part, and you will end the call with a positive result. Now, the other thing is you need to speak aloud. So one way to do it is you make sure that you're sitting up straight. You make sure that you breathe properly. You inhale and then you speak. You inhale, you smile, and then you speak. So if you've noticed the way that I'm speaking, I take a breath before I say something, and then I try to say things out loud, or I try to say things as loud as possible so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? And finally, just ask questions. If you ask questions, you will be able to understand the process. You will be able to understand the things that you don't understand. You're going to be able to figure out what the good tips are on how to keep your job. So ask your some questions that you need to ask. So the first thing is you need to ask effectively what the customer's problem is. you need to ask your team leader or you need to ask your trainer what are the most important metrics that you need to fulfill. So I'm pretty sure one of them is attendance, and the other one is, depending on your call center job, if you're in sales, usually it's the number of sales. If you're in customer service, it's usually average handle time, or AHT. Or if you're in tech support, it's the number of cases resolved, or AHT, or something like that, or QA. That's quality assurance, because there's like another call center employee listening to your calls, making sure that you're not screwing around with the customer. Now, so you ask questions, you find out the answer, and then you can figure it out. And if you're not aware, if you have like questions about call center work, you can just send me a message and I'll do my best to answer it when I'm online. Now, so just a recap, make sure that number one, you're on time all the time. Number two, you get help from your TL, ask questions, ask how you can pass, and also ask how you can help them bring the score of the team up. And then you make sure that you follow instructions. And then finally, just be patient with yourself, because a lot of these things that you're going to do will be new and you're probably not used to it. And if you're trying to do something that you're not used to, it's usually something that will result in a lot of mistakes. And mistakes are part of the learning process. So just be patient with yourself. And then number 5 would be to avoid bad company. I'm going to talk to you about that in detail on the next part. When I say avoid bad company, avoid people with bad attitude, avoid people who are like complaining, like early in the training process, they're going to complain. They're going to say bad things about their previous company, and then they're going to say bad things about your current company. And then they're going to talk about opportunities in different companies. Remember, the grass always looks greener on the other side. What that means is, like, if you're working for your current employer, all the other employers are going to look like a better employer or like a better deal. But when you move there, like, everything else outside of that company will also look like a better deal. So the thing is, no matter where you go, you take yourself with you. So if you have problems with attendance, if you have problems with attitude, if you have problems with your accent, if you have problems saying things aloud, and if you have problems with asking questions, even if you move to the better company, it's not going to help you a lot because you still suck. So you need to be awesome first at your job before you go to the next opportunity. So a lot of people, they say, oh yeah, Kevin says call center jobs are a stepping stone. But yeah, it's a stepping stone. When you step to the next opportunity, you need to make sure that you are awesome so you can qualify for the higher paying job. Okay? So, yeah. Well, hey, Minalyn, take care going to work, and this video is going to have a recording so you can come back and watch it. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, part 2. Part 2 is about how to... This is something I prepared on how to become top agent. So, just a quick story. Like the last call center job I've gone to is a company called West Contact Services. They're now known as Olega. And like on my 2nd or 3rd month as an agent on the production floor, the team lead calls me to the team lead calls me to his workstation, and he tells me that, like, before you go home, go to my workstation. I need to show you something important. And then, so after that, he shows me this email, And then on the subject on the email, it says agents recommended for termination. And I was like, agents recommended for termination. And like if you look at the email, you see at the top like the subject, right? And then the body. And then on the body there's a list, and I see all the people with a bad attitude. So I see some Rochelle, the gay guy, and then I see like Enrico because he was always absent, and then I see like a whole bunch of other dudes. I see Zeneth and whatever. That person owes me money and just ran away. Anyway, so like these people, like, oh shit, man, these guys are gonna get fired. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, well, these guys deserve it. They're always absent. A lot of them are. And then when they go on lunch, instead of a 1 hour lunch, they take a 2 hour lunch. And because no one's like watching them or telling them that, hey, why did you take a 2 hour lunch? They wait. I need to take care of some work. Just one moment. Just one moment, guys. I have to do something related to work. So just hang in there. Um, so just to give you a background, I've already left the call center last year. So I used the money I made from my call center job, and I used that to upgrade like my gear. Like I bought a nicer computer, I bought a nicer phone because my friends, some of my friends, they work from home as a freelancer, and they make better money there. So I'm doing that right now. I started out with like I only make like $20 a month, and now I'm making a little better money than what I'm making in a call center. I still work night shift, but I don't have to commute anymore. I send this? Send. Yeah, I just realized that my phone is my computer is downloading something, and I stopped that. I'm just gonna put the charger back in here. Okay, so let's continue. So yeah, as I was saying, team leader showed me an email, recommended people to get fired, and I'm actually in that list. Like I'm at the bottom. Like I wasn't expecting it because I know that the customers are saying I'm a good agent, but they're also saying that they're also saying like attendance and stuff like that. Wait, okay, so I just responded to a message. Anyway, yeah, usually at this time of the day I get a lot of requests. So if I get another request from my boss, and yeah, I'll need to stop this video. Anyway, so there's so the team leader tells me like if you don't change, you're gonna get fired. But if you take this as a challenge, and if your attitude is good, I'm willing to help you. But I'm giving you this warning. So if you plan to switch to another job, you can start now, because like we're gonna keep you on for another 2 weeks before you get fired. We're just like waiting for the end of the month. So yeah, so what happened is I made sure that I became friends with the team leader, not because I want him to pull some strings to get me to keep my job, but what happened there is I wanted to learn as much as possible so I can become great at my job. And if I'm great at my job, they're not gonna fire me. And that's a general rule. Like in any company that you go, if you're really great at your job and if you're friends with your boss, you're gonna get you're going to keep your job, and your boss will like you. And until you learn that skill, it's not really a good idea to job hop. You can job hop as long as you're really awesome and you find better opportunities. But until you do, you need to pay more attention on improving your skills. Make sure that you're really good at communicating. Make sure that you're really good at saving money. Make sure that you're learning on your rest days. You're learning on your free time. Did you know that Indians, they spend all their commutes taking online courses from Harvard? So I wouldn't be surprised. Oh wait, client replied, sorry. Let me just put this here. I'm gonna put this sideways, okay? Will this work? Will this work sideways? Wait, I'm just gonna test something. Auto rotate. Yeah, so this should. Well, I hope this works sideways. Anyway, let me just reply. Okay, so yeah, that's done. Just waiting for the reply. When they reply, I'll continue. Okay, so um, okay, so let's continue. So that's the thing. So I I worked on getting I work on passing the. So I worked on passing the metrics. So I kept asking. My team leader gave me one rule. The one rule is, if you're not sure with something, stop what you're doing and ask me. So I every time I'm not sure with what to say, I went to the team lead, asked him what to do. I took my notes, and then I made sure that I'm learning from the process. And then over time, at the end of that period, like I was with that TL for like 30 days, I think, or like 20 days. And then afterwards, I got transferred to another TL. When I got transferred to another TL, after a week, I got regularized. I'm not sure if I'm getting the dates right, but that's the idea. I got regularized, and then after a week, the boss, the big boss, like the boss of the team leads, they call me and like, well, sign out from your call. I need you to come with me. And it like, at back of my mind, they say that, hey, they I'm already regularized, but um, why is the boss calling me and asking me to stop taking calls? And then okay, wait, I need to. And then the boss would say, yeah, just join me for to the podium. The podium is like where the bosses hang out. And it turns out that there's an awarding, and I'm like top agent for customer service. And like, not sure. Let me go get it. You might not believe me, but I just need to reply to this. Okay, guys. Okay, so let me just pull this up and let me show you. So it says here, best in VOC. VOC stands for voice of customer. Voice of customer. So that's like customer feedback. So like top agent June, they gave me this. They gave me a jacket, like this jacket here. But that's like I'm like one of the few people who have that, because like only awardees for top agent gets a jacket. Um, Operations manager, she gave me $1,500 worth of Sodexo gift checks that I could use for SM. So that's pretty cool. If you go to my Instagram, that's my username's Kevin Olega. You scroll down up to around June from 2 years back. You're gonna see the post about like everything I got from there. So anyway, so that's the thing. So the first thing you need to remember is you need to stick to the right crowd. Now, who are the right crowd? So avoid agents with negative attitude, avoid agents who borrow money from you because they will never pay you back. I don't care who they are, how close they are to you. If someone borrows money from you, it's guaranteed. I'm gonna bet you like 100 pesos that they're not gonna pay you back. And that's how it is. Like when people see like, ay, call center agent yan, pwede ko yan utangan tapos hindi ko babayaran. That's how people see call center agents. Like that's one of the biggest discriminations. Like if people know that you work in a call center, they're just gonna borrow money from you and not pay you back. And that's a normal thing. So yeah, stick to the right crowd. And second part to become a top agent is make sure that you take care of yourself, and that means that you sleep, you sleep like 8 hours a day or more. Some call center agents, they say that they only sleep like 4 hours or 3 hours, and that agent's gonna get fired, or that agent's gonna be so bad at their job they're gonna get fired in the future. Wait, let me just check if my client sends me a message. Okay, all good. So make sure that you take care of yourself, you sleep well, you eat the right food. Sisig doesn't count, mini stop chicken doesn't count, but like you need to eat like vegetables and proper meat, not all fried foods. And you need to exercise. If you don't know how to exercise, just go to YouTube, just watch videos, or you can send me a message. I also answer exercise related questions. Make sure that you avoid people who are smoking. BI sila, don't let them drag you down, okay? Like here's the thing, the right crowd will help you get your dream life. The wrong crowd will turn your life into a living hell. So just avoid people who smoke, avoid people who drink, lots of alcohol, beer, hard stuff. Just avoid that. I know you want to celebrate, but that's not gonna help you. Drink lots of water. And number 3, ask questions. Just practice asking questions. Get better at asking questions, because the better you are at asking questions, the better your end results are. So just make sure that you ask the right questions. Like ask your team leader, ask your customer what they want. And I'm gonna get into that into some future posts, but if you search my blog, there's a section there on how to ask questions. And number 4, take notes. Now, here's the thing. Like, I've been criticized, and I've seen people like a lot of the readers. They send me messages like, I'm trying to do good at my job and I'm taking notes, and then people are saying, ano ka newbie, or like, why are you taking notes? Because like I'm trying to improve, and my metrics suck, and I'm trying to learn. And the thing is, if you work in a call center, the more you need to take notes, because if you're working at night, like your brain is a little sleepy, so chances are you're not gonna remember a lot of things. So if you take notes, you can come back to your notes, you can review it. Like if you're saying something to the customer and you figure out that there's a better way to say it, it's always a good idea to write it down so you remember and you keep improving your process. Okay? So just write notes, write down your notes, you study your notes, you study the process. So that's actually number 5. When you study the process, there are only 2 questions that you need to ask. Number 1, what works? Now, like if you say, thank you for calling, whatever. My name is Kevin. How can I assist you? So it can be like, thank you for calling. Say, I'm having a hard time thinking of a company. Say, thank you for calling AT&T. This is Kevin. How can I help you? Or, this is Kevin. How may I help you? This is Kevin. What is the best way to help you? Like, that didn't sound right. I'm going to change that. I'm going to go with, how can I help you? So that's the thing. Always take note of what works. So every time the customer says, like, gives you some positive feedback, take note of that. Like, I said this, and the customer appears to be happy. So I'm going to keep using this. Now, the second question you need to ask it is, what doesn't work? What doesn't work is like you say something, and then the customer gets angry. You say something, and then the customer like says something. Like if you're supposed to sell something to the customer, and then you say something, and the customer says like, I changed my mind, I'm not gonna buy anymore. So you need to pay attention to what you say, and you need to pay attention to what they say. If what you say results in them saying something good, then that's good. Keep doing it. If what you say results in them saying something that is not favorable, then you have to stop doing that, or have to stop saying that. You need to figure out what to say that will work. Okay? So just a quick story. I've learned the next... Wait, I need to show you something just to show you as proof, because you're not going to believe me. Oh, cool. Forgot to show you. We're fixing our roof, so we just put that so it won't be as hot. Now, another quick story. Oh yeah, by the way, if you have a question, just type it in the comments. I'll answer it in the video. If you're watching this replay, just type a comment, and then I'll just send a reply or something like that, or send me a message. That works too. Anyway, so another story. I was there was this call center dude. He became my friend, and then I thought I could trust him. I lent him money, and then we were trying to. I need the money, and then I'm going to his house to pick up the money, and he's not there anymore. Like, he's left the job, and like never saw him again. And then I was with this other friend of ours. He borrowed money from that guy as well, and then like he just ran away with the money, so we didn't get our money back. So if you lend someone money and they know you're a call center agent, bye money. So you're never gonna get your money again. Now, on our way back to the office, so we were both disappointed. We were both angry about not getting our money back. And like the guy owes me like a few thousand pesos, and the guy owes my other workmate like 30,000 pesos, and yeah, sucks to be him. So we were having this conversation, and he was saying like, there's this guy, his name's Jeffrey, and he's like top agent, and he's like top agent in sales, and no one can beat him. He can like sell like 4 a day consistently or 5 a day consistently, and he always has a sale. And everyone says like, Jeff, you're so awesome because he can make sales. And then I say that, well, you can actually do what he's doing. Only so if you have a goal, just you need to figure out what tasks you need to complete. When you figure out the task, you figure out the skills that you need to learn. When you figure out the skills that you need to learn, you just figure out the techniques related to that skill. When you figure out the techniques, you find out the moves. Techniques are just a list of moves, and moves are just a sequence of steps. So if you can just break down everything that he does, just copy the steps, and then you imitate the steps, and you're gonna get the same result. So if you can copy someone's steps, you can copy someone's results. And it's as simple as just sitting next to him and figuring out what he's saying to the customer. So like one example is whenever he sells something, he doesn't say that it's just a promo. He says that like if it's Christmas, it's our Christmas promo. And then if he sees that it's the customer's birthday, oh, it's your birthday. We actually have a birthday promo. Even if it's not really a birthday promo, he just uses something to make the customer feel special. So it's like, oh, we have a promo for customers in your area. It's something as simple as that. And he just, I mean, so he has like a few of those banat or those lines that he uses on the customer. It's not really, he's not really lying, but he's changing the offer to make it appear more special and to make the customer feel good. So there's no, I don't really see anything wrong with that. So what he does is he just, and then like the way that he asks questions, like instead of asking questions like, hey, do you want this at the beginning, he asks it in the middle. Or for some questions that he's supposed to ask at the end, he asks at the beginning to make sure that the transaction is smooth. So I said that like if you can copy those steps, you can copy his result. And then he says like, your advice, Kevin, it sounds good, but my question to you is, are you a top agent? And then like without saying it, it's as if he told me that, hey Kevin, your advice sounds good, but you're not qualified to teach me because you're not a top agent. And I was like, fuck you, old man. I'm gonna prove you wrong, and then I'm gonna copy him. I'm gonna follow my own advice, and then I'm just gonna show it off to your face that I'm top agent and he's not. And that's around November when the guy named Edsel Pastoral, who owes us money and then just left without saying a word, just ran away with our money. So he owes me like 4,000, I think, and the other guy like 30,000. So if you ever meet a guy named Edsel Pastoral, don't like he's gonna borrow money from you. Please do not borrow money. Do not let him borrow money because he's gonna run away with your money. So, okay, so that was November, and then let me show you this thing. It says top agent TSR. TSR means transitional sales rate. So you sell December, and just to give you an idea, December also is a time when the company doesn't have a lot of sales. So I'm like top agent in a time where a company needs a lot of sales, and like following my own advice, I got the award. The only thing disappointing about this award is they got my name backwards. Anyway, so yeah, here you go. Like, fuck you, old man. So, top agent, right? So, anyway, so that's the thing. So, ask questions. So, all I did was I sat next to that guy named Jeffrey, the top agent. I was listening to what he was telling the customer, and then I write things down. And like some of the things that he writes down, I'm not too comfortable saying that because like some of the stuff. Let me give you an example. He's gonna tell the customer something like, "Oh, your name is Janice. I like your name because it's the same name as my girlfriend." And like, cheesy masyado. I'm not that kind of person. Wait, client got. I just need to take care of this. It's a little slower typing on one hand. Uh, Let me just put that there. Okay, so um, okay, so now we're done with that. So yeah, so all I had to do is I just sat next to the top agent and I just listened to what he's telling the customers, and then I just wrote it down, and then I figured out what I can copy. I also figured out what I can change and personalize to make sure that it doesn't look like I'm copying everything he's doing. And yeah, so take notes, study the process, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work. If it works, do it. If it doesn't work, don't do it. And yeah, we're pretty much at the end. Number six is learn from the experts. So I just figured out who's the top agent. Um, Wait. Okay. So the first thing you need to figure out is like if it's working, I'll do more of it. If it's not working, I'll do less of it. So I'm thinking of a way to help the site because we need money for the site, and I want to give out as many free stuff or as many free lessons as possible, but I'm also trying to figure out how we can like keep the site running because the thing with the site is like I have to pay for the name of the website. I also have to pay Facebook for like some of the promotion so we could get more people and like the maintenance of the site because like yeah we need to feed the people who are working on the site. So I'm thinking of creating a program. It's like how to make $100, your first $100 part-time while freelancing. So I'm not really talking to like aspiring call center agents or people who are new with a job, but like I want you to consider this in the future. Like if you've already done a great job at your call center work, you got regularized, you became top agent using the lessons. I want you to remember me, okay? I want you to like to if you're ever ready to like try and get to another opportunity that's not call center related, I can teach you how you can become a my advice, if you're working for a call center, please do not buy investments. Just save your money. Just keep it in the bank. Don't buy a house. Don't buy a car. Don't buy whatever. Just keep your money. You need to have money in your bank. You need to have like 100,000 pesos in your bank. Don't use it as down payment to like buy something. Just keep your money. Just like I'm not telling you to buy something. I'm telling you to keep your money so that when the opportunity for like say for example there's an opportunity for a better job, but like the better job is somewhere else. Like if you live in Laguna, the job might be in Quezon City, but the job in Quezon City is a nice job. It pays like a lot of money. Or if you want to study, and like it's gonna cost some money, so you need to have money to pay for the important things that will upgrade your income. So do not join any network marketing companies. Do not join any sales. Just don't do that. Okay. Like even if you're good in sales, a lot of the thing about opportunities like that is like they're gonna show you testimonials of people who are doing well. But the thing that sucks about opportunities or jobs like that is it's a lot like a lot like show business or prostitution. Like if you're successful in that job, you can expect to make a lot of money, you can expect to get a lot of attention. But if you're not successful yet, or if you're not there in the top, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck ass. And I know because I've been there and I've tried that, and doesn't it's not really worth it. So an alternate would be to figure out how to do your own thing, how to become a freelancer, and like instead of like a lot of these opportunities, they're gonna try and entice you to become number one, be your own boss. But that's not really a good idea. Like if you don't know how to be a boss, being your own boss is the worst thing that you can do. Because okay, so um, if you're not really if you don't have any experience becoming a boss, then being your own boss is the worst thing that you're gonna do. It's like getting hired as a manager and you're not qualified as a manager. And you know, like if you're your own boss, you don't have someone to fire you. The market will fire you. Like the customers are simply not gonna buy from you. It's that simple. Like if your sales skills suck, if your management skills suck, and you have your own business, people are gonna steal from you. And that's just how it goes. So make sure I found not really a shortcut, but it's a good way to do it. It's called freelancing. So my proposal is if you in the future you'd like to have a higher income than what a call center agent is making, but you need to be a good call center agent first, because if you're a bad call center agent, opportunity is not good for you. If if you suck somewhere, you're gonna suck everywhere. How you do anything is how you do everything. So make sure that you're really good at your job, and then I can help you. But if you're bad at your job, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. If you haven't already done so, please like this page. Please subscribe to our email mailing list. So that's all going to be available on the website. Please visit the website. It has all the lessons that I've written down, so you could read that for free, no charge. So what else? If you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment below or send me a message, and I'm doing my best to answer everyone when I'm online. And thank you so much for your attention, and you have an awesome day ahead of you. Anyway, thank you. Bye bye.